Hi, so this is Michael over at Action Karate. I'm here with Miss Andrea. Miss Andrea is the owner and head instructor of our Drexel Hill location. And Miss Andrea, I was hoping you would just share for a minute. Can you talk a little bit about before your Action Karate career, what you were doing professionally?
Absolutely. I was a family therapist. I worked for a nonprofit mental health community center in Bucks County prior.
And I think, and I'm sure I'm messing this up a little bit, but you were one of like the top ones in the state, right? I forget like what ranking number, but I know we've talked about that before.
So I was a family-based director, and there's a certification process you go through in the state where you go through all of this training and you have to pass and become certified. And yes, it's a tough process, but yes, I did all of that.
Amazing. So obviously you had a super successful career. What led you to making the change from that to, starting your own business and becoming, a professional instructor, martial arts instructor?
So I was in the mental health world for about 16 years and both in the field and then as a supervisor. And I was starting to see a lot of barriers put in place because again, it was community-based mental health. So a lot of red tape. I wasn't able to reach the population that I wanted to reach. A lot of burnout was occurring. Like I would just be super tired when I would come home from work, lay on the couch, and I didn't realize at that point that that was burnout happening. We had gotten involved with Action Karate when my daughter was 7, and then I started training and started teaching. And at that point, an opportunity presented itself for me to become a certified instructor. So I started teaching the ninja class, which is the little guys, and then the adult class. And then I became an enrollment director. And at that point, it was amazing to see how many lives I was actually touching, like the difference you make in a child's life, an adult's life, just by being there and listening. And it was like such an awesome experience to know like this is what I've always wanted to do. This was always my calling, was to serve as many people as I can, to help them make their lives the very best version they could be. So that's why I decided to go ahead and start this endeavor.
Can you talk a little bit about, so you have 3 daughters, you're
Yes.
married, plenty of other responsibilities, and you're starting a new business. Some of the challenges and how you kind of overcame that, making that transition with, like a family to raise too.
So my biggest challenge actually at that point was a very personal challenge. My husband, as you know, but not everybody knows, had a spinal stroke the same time we were opening up. So that became a huge obstacle to overcome as I was now obviously down my partner. So just opening up, raising 3 children, my family support's amazing. So I really feel like that's why I was able to do this. So definitely it was very tough in the beginning. I mean, very long days, put in 7 days a week. But now 4 years after the fact, it's such an amazing experience. It's truly like my kids aren't missing me because they're here with me. My husband's here with me. So I feel like all those little challenges in the beginning are long, long in the rearview mirror, if that makes sense.
What's the most rewarding part of what you do now?
The most rewarding part, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to say it's all the little people up on my mats. Like when I walk on those mats, their little faces light up. They tell me the best stories, and it could be as much as, "Hey, Miss Andrea, I saw a worm on the sidewalk," and that, like the fact that they want to share that with me, like to think that they are as important to me as I am to them is such an amazing feeling. And to know like when I hear the success stories, when parents come to me and say, "Hey, little Johnny stood up to a bully," or, "Hey, can you work with little Johnny? You're the only adult he listens to. He's having problems focusing. He's having problems getting along with his brother or sister." So there's not just one reward, but I think that overall connection I have with my students really is what keeps me going every day.
That's amazing. And, hearing you talk about it, you can hear how passionate you are about those guys, which is so incredible. Well, I know you have a class to get to, so thank you for sharing, and I'll let you go.
Thank you very much.